There's got here, and it's time to talk about Gachiakuta. After the episode we had last week, this feels like an aftermath of the Amo conflict, so to say, but also an escalation or the beginning of the conflict versus the Raiders. We can have cleaners versus Raiders beginning here, but I also like the build-up to it and the characters' moments we get in this episode. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now we have this Maimo, the newscaster. We see him a bit towards the end, and I have a feeling we're probably gonna see more of him since he actually made an appearance and he looks like a wacky character. So we're probably gonna see more of him here, but then the build-up starts and the character moments, which I really liked. Rudo was freaking out, Rio sleeping on him, all of them being tired after everything that happened with Amo and in No Man's Land there, and they don't really have a good driver option, so to say. Engine was driving, but he was being too rough. Them saying that Grease drives, but he's too calm, and even if they fall off a cliff, they wouldn't notice. So they kind of have the two extremes there, and they have to deal with the wounds that they took during the fights and everything. Because Tamzi, yes, saved them, but also wounded them, even though it was necessary. And the spell from Remlin helps with the fatal things, but they still had the wounds from the ropes, from the debris, from everything else. So they decide to go to a doctor to get a checkup, and it's the same doctor that Rudo was at the beginning of the series, Dr. Alice Stilza, and I'm liking her even more after what Engine said about her being the pioneer, the first one to treat the body pollution. We see a picture of her, how she was when she was younger, and apparently having worked with so many polluted objects kind of had an after effect on her. That's why she's screaming so much, and it's kind of like the grandma of Aisha and August, them being related there, and I like the dynamic between them as a family. And Dr. Alice, great doctor. Even that patient that was there randomly, I'm never coming back. She's screaming too much, but she seems to be a really good doctor. Just the bedside manner kind of suffers here. And speaking of newscasting and weather reports here, apparently these clouds of trash are coming, so they're gonna have to take shelter here. And it's actually trash falling down, like it's raining trash, everything. And the cause of that being the sphere moving. And people have figured out the routes and so on, then they made spots where you can be protected during that. But I really like the comment there saying this movement and the trash falling down on people makes people hate the sphere even more. And when they want to take revenge, they go up, they try at least to go up there, but the border stops them. And we see the dynamic, the relationship between the ground and the sphere is probably like the ground hates the sphere so much because everything in their life is probably shit thanks to the sphere, but the sphere probably doesn't even think of them, doesn't even view them as humans, let alone care what happens or doesn't happen to them. But here they keep thinking about this border here, and Rudo remembers he saw something. You see that static there, even the first image we saw it in the first episodes there. Don't fully know what exactly he saw. Says his memories were fuzzy, so he can't really place that. But also made me think a lot more like, why are there so many people watching those static TVs? Even the Raiders boss was watching that TV there. Could there be some connection with that, with the border or whatever is there, or the system with how it works, and them watching those TV so much? But we'll have to see with that. This episode, Semiu kind of steals the show. She's great. She talks to Engine, tells him, hey, when you're coming back, go around the back, or kind of have an infestation problem getting attacked. This time is the Marauders attacking them. Kind of a normal event for them, so to say, but in this case, they quickly figure out they have been used by somebody else to kind of test the defenses of the cleaners here, saying they want Rudo, and I really like how much Semi was mocking them. Hey, I'm not a woman. Wait, what did you say? Oh, I lied. See how easy you took the bait? She's great. Here they're trying to distract them, and others trying to get inside with other means here, but they couldn't even damage the base because somebody has the powers to make something so strong that you can't damage it, you just need permission to go, and kind of similar in a way with the town they were in with the painters. I'm really liking these rule-based powers that we have here in a way. The invincible shot-in. We have a character being a full shot-in there. It's probably the one that is defending the base. His powers work like something like this. Now, they also expanded a bit with the powers. We're gonna get into that. I do hope we get to meet him also a bit more, see fully how his powers works, but he kind of made the headquarters invincible. At least that's how it seemed there. And Semiu went out provoking them and she used her powers, eyes, and cool, really cool moment. Like they made that with slow motion, the colors, the highlighting there, her being able to redirect that rocket there. She beats them super easy. It felt like she was kind of processing their movements in a way, or predicting what they were doing, or seeing the future. I'm not sure, made me think of that accelerated thinking like you see in other power fantasy series. I'm not sure how her power works. Maybe she sees the movement of the nerves, the muscles, or the electrical signals from the brain. I have no idea how she's able to do that, but that's the feeling I got from her power. But to also find out a bit more about her, her power is not really well suited fighting beasts, which makes sense with how we find out about here in this episode with powers. But yeah, she had the coolest moment in the episode here, and they quickly figured out something more is coming, and somebody put the Marauders up to this here. And we have the next scene being I really like the scene, that old guy at the bar relaxing, regular customers here, and then he looks over at the cleaners. They're also regular customers, but they're ruining the mood. They have that bad look on their eyes, their engine, everybody else, Rio that was there. And then when he looks over, Rudo was coming, and Rio tells him, hey, I I took your drink, and he was freaking out because I'm assuming it kind of like an indirect kiss in a way. That was probably what was going in Rudo's head, but he was freaking out, and that old guy, I've never seen somebody look this freaky. And he ran out. But probably what was cool, and I do wish more series would do something like this, more characters, more stories. When you go through a fight, through an event, through a conflict or something happening, I like this small moment with them, kind of having this tradition. They were there to grab some food, a bit relax after everything that was kind of bonding a bit together, just spending time catching up and so on. I liked that quite a small moment, but cool moment. And I'm talking a bit with Semiu being the one that always drives off the Marauders here with her powers, and here is where I find out her eyes can't be used to beat beasts. And she really likes her office, like a lot. So she kind of does what she likes also. And we get a bit of a power dynamic, how it works fully here. Apparently, if you want to use your object to its full potential, you kind of become attacker if you're not worried about your object being damaged. But if you want to keep your object intact, fully pristine, you become defender. So you kind of see a bit of two types here. I'm sure they're not the only types. Maybe you get specialists and things like that. It's gonna depend more, and they even alluded a bit to that. But I liked here spending a bit more on the power system. Then we get introduced or reintroduced fully to some of the characters that come. Apparently, Team Child is here, and that girl, she has the energy of 10,000 Energizer bunnies. She was there instantly. Guita, she was all over Rudo. Hey, tell me this, tell me that, tell me this. She has so much energy. She definitely feels like a gremlin, to say the least. She's probably gonna be a really fun character. And of course, the baby guy with the pacifier is here. His name being Dear Santa, and Rudo's like, I'm not sharing any food with you anymore. So they're probably gonna bicker a lot. And the old dude being Bro Santa. I have a feeling like maybe he adopts them, take care of them, kind of like a family, you know, I don't know. this is the first time we're meeting this team here. But yeah, they start talking how somebody used the Marauders with the info, giving them info. There's a spherite at the cleaners just to test the defenses there, and trying to see how they're gonna do this. And instantly you can quickly figure this out. Even when the old dude at the bar was talking, saying there's new people here at the bar besides the regular customers, that guy definitely looked like the leader of the raiders there. And here we see him instantly going to talk to Rudo there, and he reveals himself. Hey, I'm gonna give you this information for free. I'm the leader of the raiders. And I really like this direct confrontation. I kind of expected him to do something more indirect in a way, or do something else, cause an incident, instead of him just going straight for them and straight for Rudo here, and even antagonizes him, showing him the boots that they took off of ammo. And Rudo, from 0 to 100, instantly went on the attack. But that's what the leaders of the raiders wanted to do here, and Katuni, being behind him, uses the portal to grab Rudo there, and everybody else also gets dragged in because they go after him. But I have a feeling this is what they wanted. Kind of have a standoff, cleaners and the raiders here, all of them being dragged into this, I don't know, underground tunnel sewer system. In a way, I don't know where they were, thanks to the portals here, and the two organizations come face to face. So I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna see a full brawl between all of them, all out fight here. It's gonna be interesting how this is gonna go, and I want to find out more about this leader, how he is, what exactly he wants, his goals, and so on here. And is Jabber gonna get another boner if we're gonna get into a fight here? But cool episode here. They build up a lot of things, not just with the raiders, the power system, the border actually being one of the biggest mysteries of the series here. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. What do you think of Semiu finally showing a bit of her powers? And I'm also, speaking of Semiu, I forgot to mention, I'm really curious fully what she saw when she looked at Rudo. I know she said that darkness, but what exactly does it mean? What is she gonna do about it? And also, what is Corvus gonna do about it here? That's gonna be interesting there. But next week we're gonna see cleaners versus raiders. We're gonna have to find out. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Gachiakuta. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my chair. Cat stole my chair, so he's sleeping behind me. So, yeah, that's why it looks weird. Bye.